So, hello there, my beautiful guys, gals, and banana pals. I'm Danny, and today we're doing something really cool that I've been wanting to do for a while. We're reacting to some memes. And I'm someone who loves memes. I'm always sharing memes with Milky, my editor, who's currently editing this lovely video. And today I'm going to be sharing some memes with you. But as we are on our channel, we're going to be sharing artist memes. So welcome to Artist Reacts to Art Memes. I'm an artist, kind of. I'm calling myself an artist for the sake of the video. So let's start going through some memes. And we have our first meme. I'm very proud of this drawing. Yeah, I hate this drawing. And that's me. Like, whenever I drew something like a couple of years ago, it's like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever done. This is mind-blowing. This is a masterpiece. And then now I'm like, oh, this is so bad. Oh my god, no, I can't look at it. Burn it, burn it. Let's move on to another meme. So, doodles somewhere in your English textbook, and I do that. I draw in class a lot. I've talked about it before. And it's like a beautiful dog and then 3-hour drawing on expensive paper. And someone who draws in class, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. But it's just in a random textbook or piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, time to draw in my sketchbook. And I'm like, why isn't it as good as the one I did on the cheap notebook? And that's very true. If you're an artist, I think you can relate to that. Next, my art in a boring class. It's like amazing, and you can see, is that physics or is it math? It's something. And then in art class, but it's still like paper, like that. It's not art class paper. Meme maker. This is obviously fake. These fake memes, but it's true. Like, I draw in class a lot, as I said like 5 seconds ago, and I'm like, oh my god, this is brilliant. And then I don't have art classes anymore, but when I did, I was like, I don't want to draw right now. I don't really feel like it, and then it's poop. How do you think it works? Art improvement. Yeah, it's directly proportionate to the time you spend working on your art. It makes sense. No, art improvement is like, it looks like when my dog is really happy and wags his tail like this. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you draw a masterpiece one day, and then the next day it's like poop. It's like something a 5-year-old drew, and then the next day you're like, pretty good, and then it goes back down and it comes up, and then it doesn't follow any logic known to man. It's just, it depends on the day. Maybe it depends on like how the planets are aligned, or how the weather is. I don't know. There's like some mystical force controlling how good your art is at a certain point in time. It's something humanity will never understand. How an artist sees their work. Mistake, yeah, mistake. No, not as I envisioned, no. Could be better, not that good then. Pretty good then. Da Vinci's genius, oh my lord. And this is true, like, I was at my grandmother's house, you remember that? I filmed a few videos there, and then I'm like, let's just draw something on the couch, and I did. And it was just a normal drawing of 2 characters doing something, I don't remember. But I drew a hand, and that hand was like perfect. It was the best hand I've ever drawn to this day, and I'm like, I just sent Milky a picture, and I'm like, Milky, ignore everything else, just look at the hand. Oh my god, look at that hand. That hand is like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Everything else is pretty crappy, but that hand, it's perfect. So, yeah, pretty accurate. Let's move on. When you're on a roll drawing, even though you have no idea what you're doing. And it's Bob Ross surfing. Oh my god, Bob Ross surfing, that would be a beautiful sight. But it's like, sometimes when I'm sick, I don't think I've talked about this before, I draw like really well, and then suddenly I get better and I'm like, so it's like no one knows what controls how good your art is. It's just, as I said, it's a mystical force, Now I remember Phineas and Ferb, and Candace was like, it's the mystical force that's making everything disappear. It might be the same mystical force, I don't know. I can't be the only artist whose art skills are somehow controlled at the time of day. And again, maybe this is one of the factors of the mystical force. I don't know, but it's like sometimes in class I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then at 5 a.m. I'm drawing like, pretty good. And then I sit down at just a normal time of day to draw, to film a video, and I'm like, nothing's coming out. Why am I not doing anything? That's life. That should be, is there like a sitcom, like a day in the life of an artist, like something that's, I think it'd be really funny. Me, I want to draw something breathtaking. My brain, in its infinite wisdom, ferret, but longer. My brain thinks of the random, like, drawing ideas, especially during the day, but at night it actually has some good ideas, to the point, like, I have my phone, like, next to me because I use it as an alarm clock and stuff, and I'm like, okay, let's sleep. Like, I wake up at 3 a.m. like, I have a drawing idea, and then I just grab my phone and write it down, because otherwise I will never remember it again. But like during the day, it's just this is what I draw. It's just a ferret but longer. It doesn't make sense. It's just an idea. My brain doesn't know what it's doing. Boop. No. Boop. Me looks at art. Is this done? The bane of my existence. I'm like, and I'm someone who, when I really love a drawing, I like showing it off. But I'm like, as I'm showing it off, I'm like, maybe I could do this differently. And I grab a pencil and like start changing things, and it just gets worse. Don't change it. Then I'm like talking to myself, like looking in the mirror, like, don't do it. Just Shia LaBeouf in reverse. Don't do it, because it's gonna get worse. And I'm like, no, but I think this is gonna improve it. It's not. It's really not. And sometimes it's like a sketch and it's really good, and you're like, yeah, maybe if I add some details here and something, it's not going to improve it. It's just gonna make it worse, and you're going to regret it forever. At least before you, this is a pro tip for you. If you want to change something but you're not sure about it, take a few photos of it beforehand, so you can prove that it was actually good at some point in case you ruin it. I should have done that. I have that example I just told you. It was a drawing of a dragon that I did, and I kept changing it, and it was never the same again after that. How others sketch. Pretty clean, nice. How I sketch. And that's true. And now I'm gonna tell you about my geometry professor, because I draw a lot in geometry class. It's the only class where you can like have art supplies out and the teacher's not gonna give you crap for it. And I'm like, drawing, and I draw pretty clean. It depends on what I'm doing, but then my teacher, his sketch is like full on. His hand is like, it's like a weird motion, and then the bunch of scribbles start coming together, and then something magically appears, because he sees me drawing, and then sometimes he goes over there and he starts drawing with me. That's my geometry professor for all of you. And and his sketch is like more messy than that. His sketch is like, then I start trying to sketch like him, and actually I think it helps, because when you sketch like really clean, sometimes it ends up looking pretty stiff, and if you sketch looser it ends up looking better. I don't know, but I've tried sketching a bit more like him because he's awesome and he draws better than me, so what you gonna do? Artist problem number 235. We have lots of problems. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, yes, just plush, amazing hand. Sometimes I'm like, well, it's just a sketchy hand, it's okay. And then other times I'm like, and that's me. I've mentioned earlier my brilliant hand, but other times I'm like, what are these sausages that I'm drawing? And then there's like 90% of the time it's like in between. And then sometimes I'm like, oh my god, this character has an amazing face, I love the pose, but then the hand is like, oh. Other times I'm like, I hate the drawing, but the hand though. Maybe it's all about what's around it. Maybe if the drawing is really good, the hand will look crappier, but if the drawing is really crap and the hand is like, okay, it will look amazing. Have we found the secret behind this meme? I think we have. Let's move on. I'm broke AF. Me, same. Friend, where the hell did you spend all your money at? Me. I'm gonna tell you a story, and it's actually the story of how I got this sketchbook. and I mentioned it, was it in my last video? I think it was in my last video, that I just went to an art shop. It wasn't even an art shop, it was like a shop with lots of stuff, but it had an art section. I went with a friend of mine and I saw this sketchbook and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm taking it. And now I have about 1 million sketchbooks and about, let's say, 0% of them are complete. That's what artists do, I don't know why. And the thing is, I think at first I was buying lots of sketchbooks because I wasn't sure what type of paper I preferred or something like that. And it also makes sense to have like a black paper sketchbook, a mid-tone one and a normal one. That makes sense, that's reasonable, but I have like 5. At one point I had like 5 mid-tone sketchbooks and then 10 normal ones and a couple of black papered ones. And I don't know why, I just saw one and I was like, yep. And in my first drawing with a ballpoint pen video, I mentioned that I went back to school shopping and then I like snuck into the art section and pulled out a sketchbook. Because that's what I do. I can't get, if there's a sketchbook over there and I'm over here, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking it. I don't know why. I might need it someday when I finish my old sketchbook. Totally. As if that's ever gonna happen. But yeah, if you let an artist loose in an art shop, he's gonna go broke because you think we have impulse control? Pfft, that's for suckers and healthy people. Okay, this is just when you Google why are artists, what shows up is like, why are artists poor? Well, we just mentioned it in the last one. Because we can't control ourselves when there are art supplies around, and we just buy them all. Either that or we steal them and go to jail, but yeah, I think that's probably happened to some artists at some point. Why are artists weird? I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you looking at? I'm weird. Here, holding a stuffed dog even though I'm not a child and, talking to myself in my bedroom. Let's keep going. Why are artists depressed? I don't want to talk about it. Let's say stuff happens. Why are artists bad at math? I'm sorry, I'm good at math with an A. I'm saying it wrong because it's technically math, because math is a drug and I have an accent, so when I try to say math I accidentally say meth a lot and Milky makes fun of me. Like he goes, oh, you're doing math now? He doesn't talk like that, but I'm good at making calculations and stuff. I'm gonna have a math test next week and I'm gonna nail it. Probably not. I'm just saying that because I hope I'm gonna nail it, but I never know. Why are artists important? Am I important? I don't know. Am I? I hope so. I mean, I want to do something with my life. I'm currently talking to a camera on my bedroom, but I don't know, it's just... Why are artists depressed? Because of this question. I don't know if I'm important or not. Why are artists so messy? I feel called out. I am messy. Not a football player, but yeah, I make a mess. There's currently a bunch of stuffed animals in my floor because I was, putting some together to put in the background of the video and I just didn't clean it up. But I think it's because, as previously mentioned, we have lots of art supplies, but our homes have limited storage space. And that's bad because you want to create stuff, then you have nowhere to put the supplies or the things you create, so a mess appears. Let's go to the next one. Why are artists gay? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's true. I don't know that many artists. Some are straight, some are not. That's generalization. But some of us are gay. The last one, I already read it. Why artists torture souls? Maybe a combination of all the previous search results. Like, if we're poor, weird, depressed, bad at math, important, hopefully? Messy and gay, that's a combination for a freaking tortured soul, don't you think? Well, we've looked at some memes, and I have many more memes saved on my computer tablet. This is a tablet and a computer at the same time. I have a lot of them saved, but I want to make a series out of this, and I also want you to participate. So, If you have any memes related to art or creating characters or whatever, be sure to send them to me on Twitter or Instagram. Those will be down in the description and in my banner on my channel. And as always, be sure to subscribe because, as I said, I'm gonna be making more videos like this, and I also make other types of videos. And if you want to check them out to see, and yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. And as always, leave a like if you like the video. I think that's the point of the like button. And comment down below other ideas for videos that you might have. And as always, I'll see you guys on the other side.